5岁以下的小朋友，增加学前特别扣除额，每人每年25000元。之前姐姐可以减税，今年报税弟弟也可以用得到，让我们减轻不少负担。费委员真的很用心。
I care about you， 费鸿泰用心在乎您。
为什么不收我的上网费？
现在办凯擘大宽屏光纤上网，月租费通通可抵 Super MOD 看片金，上千部电影戏剧都可以用上网月租费折抵哦！快拨0809009658，凯擘大宽屏，
超多场档。
经典老车重现江湖。
Mr. China, what kept you?
翻新中古车，每星期二晚上9点，就在 Discovery 频道。
What a view! That's a long way down.
Nick Wallenda is one of the bravest men on the planet. In November 2014, millions held their breath as he walked into the fresh air above Chicago. 50 stories up, no safety harness, no net.
Hey, how's it going?
I've always wanted to meet Nick, and today is that day.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Is this where you train?
This is my childhood home. I started training here when I was, well, actually, the first time I ever walked on a wire was probably right here in this backyard.
Wow.
My burning question for Nick,
I truly have.
how do you deal with the fear of dying?
You know, I'm confident that I'm not going to die on a wire. Yes, there's risk there, and I don't want to be foolish, but I'm confident because I prepare properly. If I didn't train, then my mind would start to take over and go, oh, wow. You're 700 feet up, you better watch out. There's cars moving, there's noise around, there's a lot of wind, and that will overtake you.
Do you think anyone can walk a wire?
Pretty much, yeah. I really believe that anyone can walk a wire.
Nick is so convinced that anyone can do it, he challenged me to a skywalk. I've never stepped foot on a tightrope, and worse still, I've never been good with heights.
You know, our minds are powerful, and I think anybody can overcome any challenge if they're brave enough. It's all about preparing yourself mentally. You have to be fully confident getting on that wire. Not cocky, but confident. If you're scared, if you have fear up there, forget it.
Fear of heights is a primal instinct. We all have it. But if I'm to succeed with Nick's challenge, I'll have to overcome that fear.
One thing I can confirm standing here is that I am definitely scared. The thought of stepping off of this and wire walking across to the other side seems like an absolute pipe dream.
If I'm to put my life on the line in the name of science, I want the latest brain training to help me. We live in a highly competitive world where fortune favors the brave. But fear and anxiety can have a devastating effect on our well-being. But modern science can help us reduce our fear, and I'm on a quest to find out how. So I've committed to a skywalk. Balancing on a wire between two towers, 21 floors up. I need to start from scratch. So I've found some mentors. Kane Peterson, Jess McCrindle, and Dan Catlow. 3 of Australia's top wire walkers.
Oh la la, this feels high already, doesn't it? This is gonna be fun.
So, the first thing we're going to go through is just standing on one leg. So we'll just stand on with one foot like this, and I want you to feel the wire in between your big toe and your second toe here at the front.
I don't want to whinge about it, but that thing's not overly comfortable down there, is it, the wire?
No, it's not. You're probably going to get some bruised feet pretty quickly, I would say. Okay, so having a look, I'm going to put my eyes and look at the end of the wire here, and then I'm just going to put my weight onto one leg and take my leg out like this. This is all we're trying to do for right now.
Okay.
That's it, arms, hips, tall.
Look at the end of the wire here.
Wow, that's not easy, I have to say.
Good work.
Eyes looking at the end.
You guys are all laughing at me. I feel like a giraffe on ice skates. I'll tell you what, though, I want to move forward. Do you know what I mean? Like...
That's really good.
You ready to rock and roll?
Okay, let's try 2 feet.
Okay, first foot on, eyes looking at the end, and just focus on using your arms.
To achieve a skywalk typically takes several years of training.
Tall.
But I'm going to try one in just 4 months. A world first for a beginner.
Yep.
Jeez, whoa.
Lock the core, arms.
And just remember to keep breathing.
Yeah.
The fear of falling is a natural instinct. But the science says if I keep practicing, my brain will learn how to override that impulse.
It's even difficult to do when someone's holding you like that.
Right now, I'd just settle for making it to the end of the wire.
Tall. Push up.
Bugger. This is hard. My mind has to stay focused while my inner ear maintains balance.
Don't rush, don't rush.
Yes. And
Don't
keep
rush.
the rhythm.
You got it.
Keep it going.
You got it. You got it. You got it. Own it. Own it.
Yeah. Nice one.
Whew. That was like 2 feet off the ground. I held my breath the whole time.
I can't help but compare my current anxiety with how fearless Nick Wallenda was during his Grand Canyon walk.
The fear of height definitely doesn't go away. I take what you call fear and call it respect. It's all the power of the mind to overcome those fears. I actually spent time on the edge of the Grand Canyon before I walked. I would sit there on the edge of the canyon for hours at a time, just visualizing myself, looking down, getting accustomed or acclimated with the area. And I encourage you to do the same thing. Go up on those rooftops and just spend time there.
I'm following Nick's advice, visualizing myself skywalking between these 2 buildings. But fear is still an issue. How big an issue? I'm about to find out. Luke Dawson is a neuroengineer who works for a leading technology company. He'll be monitoring my fear response to the height. I'm guessing my reaction will be pretty significant, as I'm venturing out beyond the safety glass, tethered to the building at all times.
How you feeling, Todd?
It's a bit high.
Okay, that's not a good start.
We're going to wire you up for heart rate. We're going to wire up your fingers for skin conductance. We're going to take a swab for cortisol, which will tell us how scared you are.
Okay.
So this is a heart rate monitor that clips on your ear.
My resting heart rate was 54 beats per minute, but it's going up, and so is my anxiety.
I can feel my heart rate going.
74.
Fear causes the body to release the stress hormone, cortisol, and the amount is being recorded.
Good luck with that. Whoa! I just had a sudden moment of vertigo there.
Yeah, your heart rate is about 85. Your skin conductivity right now has jumped up into the high range. So your body is really telling you that it's stressed, it's not happy.
Fear of heights is hardwired into all of us. Being brave doesn't mean not being afraid. It's about taking action despite being afraid. I know I have to act now to overcome my fear. And my safety officer, Roger, has a plan.
Hey, Todd, I know you're here to test your fear. I got something for you.
So what does that involve?
It means getting off that platform. That's what it means.
You mean that way?
Yeah, that way. Let's see what you've got.
I need to face my fear. The challenge is to abseil down, face first. The only thing that worries me more than height is failure. But this could be asking too much.
So Todd, your heart rate now is well over 120.
I'm going to give you 10 more seconds to think about it, and then I'm going to pull you off the wall. Because you don't need to be doing this under too much duress.
All right, let's do it.
I'll just go for it then.
Oh, God.
Give me some rope. Let's go. More rope. Faster, faster, faster. Don't stop. Don't stop. I want that pace all the way down.
My body is experiencing fear in the extreme. My muscles are tense and my chest is tight. I am sweating like crazy and my heart is pounding in my ears.
That hurts.
Keep going.
Wow.
Don't stop. He's halfway.
But fear can be managed before it becomes an anxiety disorder. By going through this, I'm training my brain to be scared only when the danger is real.
I feel like I'm gonna black out. Oh, God. That was definitely scary. That's what it's gonna look like if I'm falling face down. Wow, my knees are weak on that one.
Luke's calculated my average fear level based on heart rate, sweat response, and cortisol. He's scored my fear at 81%. That's way too high to achieve the skywalk.
Todd's going to have to learn to manage that fear, not suppress it, but manage it. And for some people, that's a real challenge. So a high-skill task like walking along a wire, Todd's really going to have to work hard.
Understanding my fear is going to help me overcome it. So I've come to Boston to meet a guy who can train me to manage fear.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, Todd, how are you doing?
Great name.
Let's head on back.
Dr. Todd Fracchione is a psychologist working at Boston's University Center for Anxiety and Related Disorders. Turns out the good doctor is not the comfy couch kind of psychologist.
Oh, la la.
We're going to use what's called subjective units of distress scale, okay? It's a 0 to 100-point scale. 0 being no anxiety at all, a day at the beach. 100 being the most fear you can imagine. Where would you put it at right now? Looking down, where would you put it?
20?
Yeah.
My vision's not totally stable.
Yeah, well, the vision's generally not going to be stable. Because it's your body's way of sort of saying, like, you're high up.
What would you score your fear as you look down here? It's okay to be scared.
If you don't do anything here, what you're going to notice is that the physical sensations will start to reduce. They'll just start to decrease over time. And I think what you'll notice is that the anxiety that you're feeling right now will also start to diminish.
So my brain is adapting to this through exposure.
That's right. That's right. Your brain is learning not to be afraid of the situation. You go ahead.
Okay.
So how does the brain learn to be less afraid? In the Center for Emotions is the amygdala, a fear alarm system that informs of perceived danger. It communicates with the thinking region, allowing us a few seconds to assess the danger and decide what to do with it. But we can train the thinking region to be less reactive to the amygdala, so that our sense of fear is reduced. To continue my fear training, Dr. Facchione has sent me to a company called WorldViz, a leader in virtual reality.
Hey, Sandra.
Hi, welcome to WorldViz. This is our tech lab.
Okay, hook me up.
Once again, I'm wired for fear response, including sweat and heart rate.
Here we go. Exhale. This last spike is from the clap.
Hey, Todd.
Hey, Todd, how you doing?
Yeah, good. What do you want me to do?
You're going to try to experience your fear.
So I need to put these on.
Okay.
It just works like a ski mask.
Wow. Oh, wow. That is wild. Okay.
Okay. So before we start the demo itself, I'd just like you to walk around a little bit, get a feeling of the room you're in.
Forget video games. This is like nothing I've ever experienced before. It feels completely real, right down to the surface of the floor.
See that yellow square?
Yeah.
Perfect. Just step right into this.
And that's cool until this happens.
Whoa! Whoa! Okay.
But it's about to get worse.
Oh. Ooh, okay.
So step forward a little bit, go closer to the edge and look down. So...
Todd, what's going on right now? How you feeling?
I'm feeling a little bit like I'm high up, and...
Yes, it looks like you're high up. What's your SUDS rating?
I give this maybe a 60.
Perfect.
Okay.
Remember, SUD stands for Subjective Units of Distress. Standing here at a virtual 20 meters up, I'm feeling pretty freaked.
Make sure you're not doing anything to avoid your emotions, to avoid the fear you're experiencing, okay?
What's amazing here, Todd, is that I know I'm in a room flat, but my brain is telling me I'm at 60 feet up.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. The amygdala, the sort of the fear center of the brain doesn't know that you're on stable ground right now. We're gonna have you walk out onto that plank there.
Okay. So I just walk.
This process of deliberately exposing the brain to fearful situations is called habituation, or immersion therapy. The training, over time, diminishes my brain's response to fear and will help me to better function on the skywalk.
Okay.
And look down.
Whoa, okay.
Since you are going to be going out on the wire, it's important for you to feel comfortable out there and to be able to train that part of your brain to believe that the situation is not dangerous, okay? You're going to become more comfortable with that situation.
This is the feeling on the wire. It's that feeling of, I'm gonna fall.
We're not trying to get people to a point where they're not afraid. The idea is, despite feeling the way that you're feeling, you're choosing courageous action.
And the next action is going to take real courage. My SUD level is already elevated. Now it's going to go through the roof.
You can now take one big step off the plank.
Off the plank?
Yes, into the hole.
Okay, so now my heart rate's going.
Yeah.
Look down. While you're looking down, one big step.
All right, off we go. Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Just curious, how many cameras do you have on you right now? It's a bingo. We're the only generation left that can save these animals.
灭绝最后关头，12月2日星期三，与全球同步观赏。
三菱電機，
我不太会煮饭，你不会生气吧？
而且超爱漂亮，线条一定要好看，
一点点小洁癖，还很敏感，
一不小心就会买太多哦。你要包容我。
今后也请多多关照喽。
30电机，聪明科技，让我住在幸福里。
买指定冰箱现值5000元，买指定家电送名牌家用品哦。
这些年，我常常看见两个台湾，一个是需要小心保护的台湾，一个是必须出外冒险的台湾，一个是令人担忧的，一个是让人骄傲的，一个是彼此争吵的，一个是彼此拥抱的台湾。太多两难的时刻，我们到底该选哪一个？虽然有人可以把两个台湾撕裂成4个、8个，但是我宁可努力，让两个对立的台湾换回那一个温暖互信的台湾。台湾只有一个，我的念头也只有一个，那就是牵起大家的手，感谢台湾，继续为台湾努力。我是朱立伦，我是朱立伦。
求生大使将接受至今最严峻的挑战。
This is a whole nother level.
It's just gonna get worse. I might not be able to do it.
My body is just breaking down.
The bugs are hell.
原始生活40天，每星期4晚上10点，就在 Discovery 频道。
Wow.
You feeling all right?
I'm feeling all right. How's my heart rate?
Well, we're up to 90 almost.
One of the advantages of using this technology is that you can simulate very, very dangerous situations that you can't normally put a human into. And what it does is it actually imprints the memory of that experience in the brain. And then when you actually go into that experience for real, you already have a memory of how to deal with it. That is phenomenal use of technology.
The longer you stay in the situation, the easier it gets. And this will apply to the other situation as well. When you go out on the wire, I think you'll find if you stay there long enough, that it'll become easier over time and that you'll become less afraid.
Optimistic or not, for the last 2 months, I've been practicing on the low wire. It's had its ups and downs. But I have managed to progress to over a meter.
Yeah, that's great.
And then 2.
That's exactly right.
But now it's time to step it up again. 6 meters up.
How you doing, Kane?
I'm good. How are you?
Slightly less good.
Hello.
Oh, Jess, that is the fastest I've ever gone from excitement to fear. Like, I was looking forward. Wow.
Just wait till you get up there.
That looks really wobbly.
It does have a wobble. It's different because the span's longer. Yeah, you'll feel the difference.
High wire walkers are able to balance through extreme concentration, but expend minimal energy. I now realize why it takes most wire walkers at least a decade to master their craft. I'm worried. And climbing to 6 meters is not putting my mind at ease.
Holy crap.
How do you feel?
This is high, isn't it? Oh, la la. It's gonna be hard to balance when your legs are shaking.
Tall body. Yeah.
Even holding on to the top line, I'm scared.
You can keep pulling on that line. Looking at the end.
I don't want to let go. Like, my mind is saying, let go. But everything in my body is saying, hold on.
That's it. Awesome. Use your arms. Relax the arms.
Whoa!
That's it. Tall.
My brain is telling me at this height, I could die doing this. But I have to master it here because the next step up is skyscraper level.
So feel that weight in your legs. Feel solid and strong in your legs.
Look at the wobble.
Yeah, you control it. Don't let it control you. It's exactly the same as the 2-meter one. There's no difference. It's just in there. There's a little bit of wobble, but you're actually doing a lot in your leg there.
Really?
So just relax.
Whoa!
Good, keep it going, you're almost there. Woohoo! Yeah, nice one.
Aha! I made it. But right now, I can't see how all the training in the world is going to get me ready to skywalk in just 6 weeks' time. Perhaps this time, I've taken on too much.
布达佩斯巴勒斯饭店感谢托儿服务，苏菲就是在这个时刻决定要成为魔术师的。为什么我们会知道？因为我们对饭店无所不知。找饭店 ，Travago。
科技延伸每一个细节，以提升水动力。拍压纤维深度洁净，看不见的地方更讲究。Hitachi 设想超越你的期待。尼加拉飞瀑洗净系列，
日本原装生活美学 Hitachi。10月13至12月底买就送，指定机型回函再送除湿机。
He's been following us.
年度必看。
We will surely perish out there. We might also survive.
12月3日周四，白鲸传奇怒海之心。追逐梦想，改造废铁，放纵欲望。绝不放弃，唯有狂野灵魂才懂奔驰快感。他们勇于投入，勇于表现，大胆筑梦，勇于挑战平凡。超乎想象改装车全新系列，12月4日星期五就在 Discovery 频道首播。创新发明，他们推动现代世界运转。虏获我们的想象力，满足我们的求知欲，转变并简化我们的生活。但你是否曾经好奇，是什么方法、什么人、什么原因以及什么事物激发了第一个火花？追溯人类创意发想的进程，发明从头说，就在 Discovery 频道。说到工程，每个计算都很重要。
But even the biggest brains get things wrong. My name's Justin Cunningham. I'm on a mission to uncover the world's most epic engineering blunders and find out how to fix them. This is what civil engineering of big construction is all about.
工程失误大抢救全新系列，12月14日星期一就在 Discovery 频道首播。
Stress is a major problem for Australia. Nearly 70% of Australians report that stress impacts their health. I'm getting increasingly anxious as the Skywalk date approaches. I need some practical tools to lower my stress. For years, I've been interested in mindfulness meditation. But I want to know if there's a scientific basis behind the technique. So I've come to Winston-Salem, North Carolina, to meet an expert.
How's it going? Yeah, good. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too.
Dr. Fadel Sedan is a neuroscientist at the Wake Forest School of Medicine and a world-leading researcher into the science behind mindfulness. Fadel has organized a test that will show me how my mind deals with stress.
Ooh, another device.
Yes. This is Susie Ferris.
Hi, Susie.
She's our clinical studies coordinator and has built this wonderful device that you're going to know all too well very soon.
Great.
So what we want you to do is to basically roll up your right pant leg.
Okay.
So right here is the thermal probe. It's also known as a thermal sensory analyzer. This is produces high levels of heat. What it does is it allows us to measure the withdrawal reflex.
There's a known link between the body's flinching reflex and calmness of the mind.
So just lay back down.
So the scientists want to compare my reaction to the heat with someone who'll be meditating during the test. His name is Jackson.
Please begin meditating.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm so ready.
All right.
Wow, that's getting a bit hot. Wow, that's like an iron on the back of my leg. Oh, wow, wow.
No prizes for picking the winner. Fadel's team has done extensive brain scanning of many different subjects while they meditate, and the positive results are consistent.
Since the advent of neuroimaging techniques, we've been able to now employ objective methodologies to really quantify the effects of mindfulness meditation on anxiety, depression, pain, and other outcomes.
It is remarkable that in just 20 minutes, you saw in your studies positive results.
Sure. The first thing that we see, even after just 20 minutes of meditation, is a significant reduction in state anxiety, improved mood, as well as enhanced attentional processing. But it's really important to note that you're going to have to continuously practice to develop and strengthen your mind, just like you would go to the gym to strengthen your muscles.
Fadel's work shows that mindfulness meditation is effective. I want to learn this meditation technique, so I've come to the Harvard Medical School in Boston.
Hi, Dave.
Hey, Todd. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Dr. David Vargo is a neuroscientist. He's interested in how meditation can change the brain.
And so the idea here is we can understand what's going on in an expert meditator's brain and translate that to what's happening when someone's having some sort of stressful experience and how meditation can help in that context.
When I walk on the wire, when I do well, I think of nothing else except for the wire. But then as soon as a thought crosses my mind, like, what if this equipment fails?
Exactly.
I come off immediately.
Exactly. And that's the stress that comes in there. And it's not even real stress. It's something you're creating in your mind. It's some sort of evaluation of the world. And that evaluation has a very specific brain network involved. And what I want to show you is what we look at in the expert meditators, what's going on in their brain.
Usually when the brain's alarm system fires, we feel stressed. But over time, meditation strengthens the regions involved in regulating feelings. This calms the emotional response, which reduces the sensation of stress.
Hey, Soryo.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Want to introduce you? It's Todd.
Hi.
Good to meet you.
Soryo for All is a Zen Buddhist teacher and has been meditating for over 15 years. He's going to help me calm my mind for the skywalk.
I don't think this is a good idea.
So I'm going to give him a technique that allows him to simultaneously maintain calm on the inside and awareness on the outside.
The method may seem strange, but it's a legitimate Zen Buddhist practice.
I know that I'm not meant to be stressed because I'm the one doing the hitting, but I'm a little bit stressed to hit him with this stick. Are you sure this is a good idea? Okay.
The technique promotes awareness, but doesn't cause injury.
Is that too hard?
guessed it, it's my turn.
Jeez. Oh, Jesus! Wow.
That is the normal response. That's correct. Here you go. Here you go. It's okay.
Whoa!
There you go.
Whoa!
It's okay. It's okay.
I thought there was a warm-up. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah. When he's on the tightrope, if anxiety arises, it'll be important for him to return to a restful state within a very short period of time. So we need to provide Todd with a method that will allow him to deal with anxiety. You want to be as comfortable as possible.
Yes.
Mindfulness meditation consciously directs one's attention and awareness to the present moment.
Bring your attention to the outer world. Fully concentrate on the outer world, seeing, hearing, and feeling the external world. As your attention goes out, there's less attention maintaining activity on the inside. If we think of attention as a limited resource, pour all of the water into a cup that I'd call out, which means paying attention to the objective world. Sometimes we pour all of the water into what you might call in, which is to say our subjective world of thoughts and emotions. In that world, sometimes it's highly stressful. So if we pour that attention out, then the attention is no longer on that stress. When you have control of your mind, you have control over your life. Maintain the concentration. Are you finding that that's happening for you?
Yeah, I feel pretty relaxed.
Very good. Inhale, and one more calm breath.
Now it's time to face the stick again. Only this time, I'll be meditating.
Very good. That was wonderful.
I certainly felt the stress when you were walking over with the stick.
Yes?
And because I knew how much it hurt before, I really had to just calm myself down.
Yes, but you did it.
Can I get my jacket? Because I think it's about -10. Wow.
If Todd practices this consistently, then I have great confidence that it will enable him to succeed in his challenge.
There's still a lot left that's worth fighting for.
灭绝最后关头，12月2日星期三与全球同步观赏。
嘿，吃完我就不要我啦 ，baby。
我不是你的 baby 啦。
你怎么尝了甜头就走？
来2粒 extra 和粘人的食物说分手，牙齿变干净，笑容更自信。
我的心破了一个洞。
吃完喝完嚼 extra。
To do great things, you've got to break the rules. Surface Pro 4. A new screen for new perspectives. A new pen for new masterpieces. New speakers for a new sound. We reinvented the Surface Pro so you can reinvent everything else.
100分的好水，来自安利一支元净水器，创新2合1滤芯夹，
高密度活性炭，空气小至头发直径的1/200，过滤超过150种杂质与重金属，紫外线灯管，消灭99.99%细菌病毒，并通过 NSF 4项全基认证。100分的安利益智源净水器，给家人100分的健康好水。
I think these guys underestimated the force of this reaction.
Momentum is mass times velocity.
This guy is showing us some great physics, and he's just doing it for fun.
You can't stop watching, but you're horrified at the same time.
It's pretty extreme. Definitely don't try this at home.
网络影片大解码，每星期5晚上9点，就在 Discovery 频道。
I learned today that it's not what happens to us in life that causes us stress.
Good boy.
It's our reaction to what happens, and we can change that with mindfulness.
Right, he doesn't bite hard.
Okay, he doesn't bite hard.
Just 10 minutes a day of mindfulness meditation makes a huge difference to one's mood. Thinking back to when I met Nick Walenda, what struck me was how prepared he was for all eventualities.
You got to be prepared for whatever you're going to face. It could be sun in your eyes, it could be anything. But you got to be ready for that. You got to be prepared for it.
You ready?
Yeah,
I guess you don't.
And the biggest thing I have to be prepared for is, what do I do if I fall off the wire?
As you fall,
He's not falling.
boom, grab on. No matter what, no matter how you land, grab that wire. No matter what, always grab that wire.
Any last-minute advice?
Same words that I live by, never give up.
At the start of this journey, my brain was scanned while I performed multiple cognitive tasks. With my training complete, I'm being scanned again to record the changes. So, have the experts redesigned my brain? The results are in, and they're surprising. The sight region shows a huge improvement in attention and tracking moving objects. My hearing interprets sound faster, and my balance shows remarkable enhancement. My brain deals with pain better, and I have greater control over the fear center. Overall, my mind is sharper and more adaptable. The experts assigned a score where 100% is the perfect brain. Before training, my sensory perception score was good, but now it's through the roof. My adaptability score has skyrocketed, and my ability to regulate fear is at its peak. But will these improvements translate into the real world? It's crunch time. It's taken 4 months of wire walking to be ready for today. Every mental skill I've learned in this series is about to be put to the test. I realize it's a dangerous challenge, but I'm prepared to take it on in the name of science to prove that it is possible to overcome fear.
We're building a span line. We've got riggers working all over it, trying to make sure that nothing is weak. There's no critical failure point. Todd's got an overhead line which you can grab, and he's also attached to, and he's got the one below. So he's got two things protecting him. But we have to be ready for every contingency with paramedics and rescue equipment.
If anything fails on the system, or anything fails on his belt or his harness, yeah, he can be in some serious trouble.
A fully grown human falling at speed onto rigid steel cable, he can dislocate his shoulder, he can break a rib, catch his chin underneath there and break his jaw, even snap his neck. He needs to know what the dangers are. That has to play havoc with your focus.
And that focus is literally about to be tested as Luke wires me up for an objective fear rating.
You may tell me that you're feeling calm, but your body might be a little stressed.
I'm certainly feeling calmer than I felt the last time I was here.
Okay.
But on the scale of calmness, it's still very close to freaking out.
Right, okay.
Once again, Luke is monitoring my heart rate, sweat response, and cortisol levels. He wants to know if my mind and body are managing fear better than 4 months ago.
Heart rate is 75 right now. We're getting a lot more heart rate variability. That is an indicator that you're feeling a little more calm. The skin conductance is still elevated, but it is significantly lower than when we did this last time.
Standing here previously, my vital signs were through the roof. But today, my levels indicate I'm much calmer. My fear rating has dropped from 81 to 25%.
Todd's body is still feeling the fear, but it looks like he's managing it really well. So as he's about to do this walk, I'd say he's as prepared as he can be.
I do feel prepared. I've already decided to skywalk without a pole. But I've got another important decision to make. Do I keep the top safety line or lose it?
So what happens now at this top line? What's the plan?
Well, that's a little bit up for discussion, really. But if you're ready to do without it, then we'll take it away. Whatever you like.
It's up to you.
It's a decision that could cost me my life. If I fall, the sheer force of the jolt to my harness could break my back. And I have to take into account my optimism bias and the expert advice.
If we ignore bad news, then we might take risks that we shouldn't take.
All right, let's take this down and prepare to cross. Get it over with.
Todd wants to go clean skin. His heart's really set on doing it the way the experts will do it. As the safety guy, that makes my heart jump into my mouth because he has one safety line, one attachment to the rope. That's it. And if any of those things break or compromised, it's over, Red Rover.
天天吸，受得了吗？京都念慈庵川贝枇杷膏，理气除痰，滋润肺部，让呼吸更顺畅。京都念慈庵。
改变，让生活光彩亮丽。黄山石瓷砖。
斯德哥尔摩林堡饭店25号房，要是大白知道他主人有申请晚退房服务，他大可多睡整整2个小时又7分钟。为什么我们会知道？因为我们对饭店无所不知。找饭店 ，Travago。
Snoopy 和他的新伙伴黑人牙膏联手出击，给你满满的笑容力量。买就送 Snoopy 造型餐盘组哦，是努比2015圣诞节要上大荧幕。
求生大使将接受至今最严峻的挑战。
This is a whole nother level.
It's just gonna get worse. I might not be able to do it.
My body is just breaking down.
The bugs are hell.
原始生活40天，每星期4晚上10点，就在 Discovery 频道。追逐梦想，改造废铁，放纵欲望，绝不放弃。唯有狂野灵魂才懂奔驰快感。 他们勇于投入，勇于表现，大胆筑梦，勇于挑战平凡，超乎想象改装车全新系列，12月4日星期5就在 Discovery 频道首播。
Just curious, how many cameras do you have on you right now? It's a bingo. coordination left that can save these animals.
灭绝最后关头，12月2日星期三，与全球同步观赏。
It's a massive thing he's about to do, with a very, limited time of training, and that's a lot of pressure.
So I made a decision that I would do it on tether only, no top line for safety. I know a lot of people weren't happy with that decision, but if I'm going to spend all this time training, I want to do it for real.
Everybody settle.
Here goes. 21 floors up, 8 meters across a cable, only 3 centimeters wide. But have I conquered my fear enough to step off this building?
Keep your arms up, arms. Stand up tall. Nice one.
Quickly. Let it go.
Ow. Let's not do that again.
Yeah, please. Let's reset that ladder, please.
But you did exactly the right thing. You went straight for the wire.
At least I'm okay. And I'm going to go again. I'm not going to let the fear overcome me. I'm just going to go straight away. As Melinda said, never give up, so I'm not giving up.
It's all in the power of the mind to overcome those fears.
Despite feeling the way that you're feeling, you're choosing courageous action.
When you have control of your mind, you have control over your life.
It's unbelievable. Yeah, give it one, mate.
Yeah.
You deserve it. I wouldn't have done it.
I had so much doubt and fear and uncertainty. And I had to prove it to myself that everything I went through was real.
Smashed it, mate. You nailed it. Welcome to the club. Awesome.
Oh, it's over. Oh, thank God it's over.
It is a huge accomplishment. Like, there is a small group of people in the world that can do what Todd just did. So it's a huge feat, especially in the time frame he's done it. He's done it in, a few months. And the brain training, everything, it's just phenomenal.
You did a wonderful job. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I'm so proud. I think that's just an amazing strength in a person to decide way back then that this is what I'm going to do, and he put in the effort, and then he's achieved it. Yeah, it's inspiring.
I think these guys underestimated the force of this reaction.
Momentum is mass times velocity.
This guy is showing us some great physics, and he's just doing it for fun.
You can't stop watching, but you're horrified at the same time.
It's pretty extreme. Definitely don't try this at home.
网络影片大解码，每星期五晚上9点就在 Discovery 频道。
I don't think we're going to have a walk in the park, is what they call it.
But we have to be careful what we wish for it.
So one of the dangers for people when they first come to the jungle is that they think, oh, this bit's okay, and they kind of get complacent. But out here, complacency kills.
Watch out, very slippery rocks here. Watch out. Okay, I hear the water, so we're going in the right direction. I hear the water. Oh, yeah, there it is. I see it.
It's their first sight of water, a log crossing to the far bank.
We've come down a pretty steep jungle trail, and we've come upon I guess, a river that we need to cross, and that looks a little sketchy.
I think the log gonna be a bigger issue than the water at the moment. When you fall in it, you're gonna be swept away for sure.
Ua's fear dates from 2004, when he escaped the killer tsunami in Thailand.
Where I stayed at that beach, 3,000 people died. Moms, families, children. And a guy like me survived, you know? And actually I'm nothing, you know? I'm just this guy that from the streets.
Now it's impossible for this kickboxer, a former soldier, to lead the adventurous life he once enjoyed.
Somewhere it stopped me, and I never went snorkeling, I never went diving, I never went nearby the wild waters.
Just straight on, okay? Just stay in the moment, stay calm. Just tread water. Yeah. Okay, go.
At the end of the 30-meter line, Ua's completely out of his depth.
Okay, lights off. This is going to be frightening for him, you know. Dark, cave, full of water, out of his depth. And I'm not beside him now. He's just got to trust that line and trust he can do this.
I want Ua to confront the trauma that still haunts him and stay in the moment until he's got his fear under control.
Okay, Ua, you're at the limit of the rope.
Quite scary place, actually.
Okay, Ua, talk to me. Talk to me, Ua. Talk to me.
Ua's silence is a classic sign of anxiety. I think he's had enough.
Okay, we're pulling you in. Well done.
求生大使将接受至今最严峻的挑战。
This is a whole nother level.
It's just gonna get worse.
I might not be able to do it.
My body is just breaking down.
The bugs are hell.
原始生活40天，每星期4晚上10点就在 Discovery 频道。追逐梦想，改造废铁，放纵欲望，绝不放弃。唯有狂野灵魂才懂奔驰快感。他们勇于投入，勇于表现，大胆筑梦，勇于挑战平凡。超乎想象改装车全新系列12。
科技与艺术的结合，完全编织，绵密一体成型，让你每一步都轻盈。台湾制造，欢迎品牌合作，异业结盟，快到各成品门市选择自己的 Finit。
为什么不收我的上网费？
现在办凯擘大宽屏光纤上网，月租费通通可抵 Super MOD 看片金，上千部电影戏剧都可以用上网月租费折抵哦！快拨0809009658，凯擘大宽屏，
超多强档，周周更新。
哎，你们在干嘛？我不在家就以为我看不到吗
？Home Security 居家防护不在家，安心看得到。快拨0809009658，凯擘大。
工程失误大抢救，全新系列12月14日星期一就在 Discovery 频道首播。
This episode of Swamp Loggers.
Trying to stay at the doghouse.
It's full steam ahead on the new track, where the wood is good.
We can actually get 100 loads this week.
But truck problems continue to dog the crew.
God, my. Got plenty of wood to haul now.
As the pressure builds.
Give me a fire extinguisher.
There's more trouble ahead.
Crystal's driving Joy to the hospital.
At the hospital?
As a new medical emergency stuns them all.
You got to prepare yourself for the worst.
In recent weeks, the Swamp Loggers struggled at the difficult Lennon track.